Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good fight.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody, and happy holidays. Welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. Really getting into the season with a little bit of Naya. Gotta play those Christmas colors on Christmas Day. Jetmir is a go-wide aggro deck, because the more creatures you have, the more buffs he gives. He gives Vigilance, Trample, and Double Strike, depending on if you have 3, 6, or 9 or more creatures, including himself. And for each of those, you also get an additional 1 power to all of your creatures, including Jetmir himself. All of these add up together to practically a commander that's a Kitty-Hoof behemoth, and at only 4 mana. Getting Jetmir out can win a game on the spot, or can just get you enough power to really hold the line or get through a bit of extra damage. This deck is going super duper wide though. We have lots of 1-drop cards that can help protect Jetmir, or help us go wide. We have 2-drops that have tokens, make tokens, are tokens. 3-drops that also kind of add up to more wideness on the board, sometimes giving us rewards for attacking in. And in Pakal, this new card is fantastic with Jetmir. And then, of course, a couple token doublers. We gotta have that Mondrak in here, very necessary. Some extra go wide, a little bit of good Selesnya stuff, tokens, buffs, taking back our creatures. And of course, at the high end, we have Kitty-Hoof Behemoth and Elish Norn, because those win games. And sometimes, you know, you can't cast Jetmir. You've cast Jetmir and he's in purgatory somewhere. This is a super fun deck, though, and it's really fun to get to go wide with all these fun things in Naya colors. This deck is at its heart mostly in Selesnya colors, that's green-white, but we gotta have some red in there because there's some great red cards for bringing out the tokens. So we're gonna take Jetmir into the queue, and we're gonna have a slam down with lots and lots of creatures. They have tokens, I have tokens. It's gonna be a token bonanza in here, but their tokens are going to die every single time they attack in. But they'll get another one. They said, hey, because they're playing Jadar. Jadar is a very nice commander in black. Gives you fantastic sacrifice fodder, these decay tokens each turn. Well, that's gonna lower our life total, but we have a really good way to go wide in this hand. And I'm going to shotgun a land to play it. It's Skrelv's Hide. Each turn, I'm also going to get a token at the cost of 1 life. It's worth it. Ooh, Braids. They're going to sacrifice this. I'm going to lose 2 life and draw a card unless I also sacrifice a creature. But I want to keep my doggy on the board. Ooh. All my lands do cause pain. It's all worth it. Clean all in all that. Bitter Triumph. I'm going to protect Queen All in All because she's going to make an additional token off Skrelv's Hive. Uh-oh, do they have a second kill spell? They do! They paid 5 life to get rid of her, and it's probably worth it. Alright, so now they get the token, they can choose to sacrifice it. I'm also going to choose to sacrifice. Let's see, we could go... Yeah, I'll play out Ganjo. SRAM's expertise into Krenko. And this Krenko attacks, gets a counter, makes tokens equal to its power. And you know who increases his power? Jetmir does. Okay, Invoke Despair, that's going to get rid of my hives. I'll get rid of the Might. And there goes the hive. Ah, man. Now I'm not going to be at 6 attackers. I could trade a couple things into Braids here. It would not be nuts. I'm already at 9 life. But I want to be aggressive. Be aggressive. 7 life remains. It's a couple. I was hoping there'd be more pre-attack. Still plenty. We killed Jadar. We deal a lot of damage to their face. They're down to 8. A real slugfest here. I love it. Jetmir demands removal and receives removal. A lovely Christmas present. I do have enough mana to replay Jetmir next turn, though. It's a slugfest and you don't see a Tox roll? Boo. Keep losing that life. We have another land. Here comes Jetmir. Pain the pain land. Oh, we get the buffs. We hit 9 creatures. We all get double strike and we win in the first strike damage. GG Jadar. Joda the Unifier. 5-color Legends. Been a long time since I ran into one of you, but he's a very strong card. One of the strongest things about him is actually the fact that, well, he has Fake Cascade, which is stronger than real Cascade because it lets you cast the backside of cards, and it only gets you Legends. You cast a Legend, you get a Legend. So it is pretty sweet, but also really scary. I'm gonna name... Honestly, I could name Druid. I'll just name Cat. I'm gonna have enough green mana, I feel, to do what I need. Bring out the Paradise Druid. And I'm not planning on getting out Jetmir next turn. I think Skrelva's fine. Gotta go wide. I mean, I imagine they don't have that many counter spells, but when you're in 5 colors, I feel like a wash away is the kind of thing we see. Something that's so scary about Joda is that he buffs all your legendary creatures based on the number, which means that even him just on his own is actually a 6/6. Because he counts himself as a legend. It doesn't say other legendary creatures. I don't know why. Why'd you do this? Why'd you make this like this? Ridiculous, that's what it is. Oh, do I want to just get Jetmir out here? It's worth the life. Bring out the boy. Give myself a little bit of vigilance. I don't think they'll want to trade. Ooh, they do? I'll happily trade. It is time to duel. Follow notification gets it. Who would win? A fighty little mite? Or Paradise Road? The goose is... Yes, the goose craves violence. Do you see this goose and its power? She says, let me at him. Three mana in 4 colors now. Ooh, that rabble-rousing. Because I have this rabble-rousing, I could play the Tangle Florahedron post-combat as a creature. I think it's going to be better as a land. And I'm planning on using my remaining mana for a bit of Goose Chow. Ooh, Errant and Giada. Do you want to kill the goose? I think that they'll have a mass removal, though. No, I'm considering just playing it as a creature. Yeah, let's go. Great violence. Chromatic Lantern. Get some more colors. Oh, you're gonna go so wide this next turn. Ooh, 2 mana. Oh, it's Pippin. Hey, Pippin. This is Brother of Runes. Great card. Hi, Errant and Giada. Would you like to attack? No. To manually tap here. For rabble-rousing. Okay, well, these are all lands except for one. I'll take the Giver, sure. Get a couple triggers, some of this, some of that, some of you. And our opponent's going to concede because we might not have the double strike buff here, but we have a really strong enchantment down. A lot of creatures, and I'm guessing they don't have a board wipe. You can make a couple big creatures, but not big enough to take us down. GG Joda. Narset Enlightened Master. A pretty scary commander to go up against, and one that I've been running into a lot recently. This is the Conservatar here, Narset, that casts spells for free on attack. She also has Hexproof, which means she's pretty much immune to swords and any other single target removal. In white, in Edict, we don't have those. In red, Burn, can't touch her. Needs to be a board wipe, and green really just stares her down and says, I don't know what's going on here. One of the few ways to get through Hexproof is probably, I guess, Detection Tower and Shadow Sphere, which would fit a lot better in this deck, but doesn't really fit in since all our stuff wants to be creatures. We're still going to do our best to go up against her and try to take her down. Ba-bam. A Jetmir's Garden. Gotta put those fetch lands in for good use. Thankfully, we have a way to protect against board wipes, which she oftentimes can just cast for free. It's important. A creature. We don't have anything that super goes wide here, but we do have good protective spells, which I like. Windswept Heath. Fellow Fetch. Fetching Fellow. Could go for Jetmir. It wouldn't give me much of a buff, but it would still give me a buff. Let's go for it. Got a wash away? Anything else? Nope. Gonna let me get a little extra damage in? I would love that, thank you. Swinging in for 5. Rargren Trial. Okay. They're killing one of my attacking creatures, which makes me very vulnerable to the 4-mana board wipes they could have. Though these decks sometimes have like a medium amount. It kind of depends on how much they're on the Protect Narset game plan. So I could hold up to Fairy's Protection, or I could go for card draw. And greed is good, so we're gonna go for card draw. Jetmir gives us a little bit of vigilance. We get 2 draws off Toski. Okay, Wedding Announcement and Mana Confluence. Yeah, Mono Black has the best ways to get rid of her. Okay, so they're exiling Jetmir or Toski. Looks like Jetmir is gonna be gone. I can technically play him again this turn. I think I'd rather get down whatever we like happen to draw here and like play the Wedding Announcement before it gets taxed. Oh, hey, Norn. You could be a real fun card to play next turn. And because the Elspeth Conquers Death is going to tax this, we're using Teferi's Protection right now. Norn does kill Narset, just makes her a non-entity on the board since she only has 2 toughness. I didn't get the draw from this? Oh, I thought I waited until the end of end step. My bad. Play the Confluence, use up this mana for good and evil. Why did you tap this? Oh, because it didn't want me to pay 1 life. Auto tapper! That silly auto tapper. Well, if we lose this by 3 damage, we know who to blame. Ottoman Tapperson. Or ourselves. That means I got a token instead, though. Otherwise, I would have drawn 2 extra cards. If they pass, by the way, with full open mana, we're throwing down Mural, because that's our way of saying, yeah, you can't cast spells on our turn. You gotta settle the wreckage. No, you don't. I have 20 life. I can pay 1. I can pay like 10. I can and I will. Ooh, search for his Kanta. I just can't believe it. We might have the win. Otawara, that's 3 mana. I'm just checking our tapping. Okay, Mural. Okay, now they can't do anything. The biggest thing they could do is like an Iganjo. And they don't have it. GG. Sheoldred. You know, earlier today, I actually had a game against a Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, where they got her down on turn 2. But I used Patriarch's Humiliation to take her out. It made me so happy. Well, guess what? This is the other Sheoldred. This is Sheoldred! Makes you sacrifice. Specifically sacrifice non-tokens. Which is a shame, because we have a lot of tokens. Right now, I have the decision here between do I want the Windswept Heath, do I want the Restless Prairie, Dark Ritual. What 4-drop are you getting out? Is it going to be the other Sheoldred? No, it's Key! That's a lot of ramp. This could spell danger for me. I have a Signet. Am I having a nice Christmas? I am, because I'm streaming and hanging out with cool people on the internet. Skyclave Relic. They have 3 mana up. Pass the turn. We know what they got. It's Sheoldred. Mind Spike. I could still play her after, but I want my Samurai. Counterspell? Right. Key to the Archive does Key to the Archive things. But we have very few things in hand. We have Verdant Command. Makes a couple squirrels. Shatterskull Smashing. Smash. This, kind of also smash. So they took down my board wipe type thing. Whatever I play is gonna get killed by Sheoldred. Unless we play nothing. Just pass the turn. We have a way that we can potentially dodge some of these using Restless Prairie. Animating it in response, but we would need a lot of mana for that. What you looking at? Is it squirrels? Wait. What's my graveyard? No big creatures yet. And since this Sheoldred does have a Rise of the Dark Realms, some consideration to be made there. Right, we have 3. I can't play both of you yet. Let's go for some damage. We'll play you again later. It's a squirrel! No! They pushed my squirrel! That was very rude. How would you feel if I pushed your squirrel? Wishclaw Talisman. Know what they want to search for. Certainly nothing good. Jetmir again. This gives them a tutor. And then potentially gives me a tutor. An arcane signet. Gets them a bit more mana. They have enough mana to search for whatever they need to. They're not attacking. They're not doing anything there. Ooh, Ferrari's Wake now. That's a good setup card. I think I'll go for it. Pay the life. Make sure you are being tapped. Jetmir swings in. Yes, you can. Let this die. Play it again. I will sacrifice Jetmir, but I'll have enough mana to play him again, too. Here's Shelly. Bye, Jetmir. Move my commander to the command zone. What is 8 mana to a Mirari's Wake? Ooh, Skrelv. Tusky wants to attack in. He has to attack in. We could attack in with the squirrel. It would die, but it would mean it would gain a life. I guess they're both squirrels, actually. They get to search for a board wipe off their Wishclaw Talisman. I wonder what I would search for. I don't have enough snow to reanimate Sheoldred. Ooh, Languish! That kills my squirrel. Aww. Boo. Hi, Boromir. I'm gonna grab Enin Pakal, maybe? Maybe Hoof? It's like we have things that can win us the game here. Yeah, we'll just go for something simple. Play Boromir. Listen, you're the one who gave us a tutor. Couple extra buddies. They can prevent 5 damage. But we have lethal. GG, Shelly Belly. Azusa, lost but seeking. Honestly, kind of a dying breed of a card. Now that we have Pock, Azusa just seems like yesterday's landfall news. Azusa lets you ramp real hard, real fast, by putting tons and tons of lands into play. But like, that's it. That's all she does. She doesn't even double your lands. I'll grab myself a Bitty Boros land here. Our Windswept Heath. The Sacred Foundry. Come on, Sacred Foundry. Thank you. Get out. Galagreeters. Next turn, Azusa, and probably a bunch of lands. Because you have priority after playing a land, it's like a special action. Trying to like Swords to Plowshare this doesn't do that much. Definitely can hit her this turn, though. Or we can save it for a bigger piece that needs to be removed. Get myself a treasure and a +1/+1 counter. I think we save this for whatever they play off the ramp. Well, killing Azusa on sight is one of those things that just doesn't work. So, like, now this Nissa, I'm going to get rid of before she can have a second landfall trigger. Because once she has a second one per turn, she gets an elf or elemental. And the elemental's what I'm actually scared of. Elves, some of them are good. Most of them are fine. Thinking. Yes. I had a thought once. Adeline, Tristani, Jetmir, lots of ways to go super wide. I'm gonna go for Tristani, use up all my mana. Buff up my board, make even more tokens. We're gonna get 2 extras. We get all 3 triggers from the Galagreeters. 1, 2, 3. And we're swinging in with a couple of humans. Go get 'em, sweaties! Something green doesn't really do is wipe the board. Unless your board is Outliers, which ours isn't. Got soldiers? Human soldiers. Elves these, they're thinking. Nice! I thought once. Lola Makis. That was supposed to be a kiss, but sure, so he'll eat popcorn. Will doing math. Quarter calling! For X equals 3. What are you getting? Ooh, something lets him play lands off the top. Nice. Courser or Augur of Autumn, both great. Didn't hit a land there. Saying GG. Not even gonna let me play that Jetmir and swing. But GG. Radek, Tal, Zealot. A fantastic commander for knights. Because the more knights you have, the more knights you get. Well, actually, as long as you have a knight and that knight attacks, you get more knights. Radek's really good and has really strong protection from the main colors of removal. Here, have a Voice of Resurgence. Also gives you removal. A lot of these knights are removal. Which is good. Really good. Got a Voice of Resurgence. When this dies, we get a token. Also, if they try to cast spells during my turn. Not that they would dare. I love this art. Winona Nelson, an artist who makes a lot of sexy dudes and occasionally a cool-looking deer guy. They're making up their mind. A couple knights do have flash. Pillar of Origins, naming Knight. They'll be able to play Radek next turn. A Venerable Knight. Play this while it still comes in untapped. Krenko or Adeline seems really good here. I'm gonna go for Krenko. Offer them a trade here. If they trade, then they will not have a knight to attack with. That's supposed to be Ernie or Cernunnos? You're saying words, I don't know what they mean. It's all Greek to me. But I think it might actually be Greek, right? You got a knight. Congratulations! Okay, so we attack and we get 3 more. That gives us the other buff. Nice. Krenko's so nice with Jetmir. It's Celtic for Horned One. Oh! Cool. Well, I hope he likes goblin tokens. I like goblin tokens. A lot. Cavalier of Night lets them sacrifice a knight to kill a creature. Jetmir. And also when this dies, they get to bring something back. Rippy Peppies, Jetmir. Rippy Peppies. Didn't attack in. You have a buff of Adeline, but because this has lifelink, not great. Shattered Skill Smashing, also not a great option here. I think that we want to play this so we can play Jetmir again next turn. And either Adeline or Wedding Announcement would be good. I'm gonna go for Adeline. Because she's big. If I attack with everything, like, I get as many goblins as I lose. I'm still just... I'd rather stay back this turn. You don't know if it was the artist's intent, but it's got those vibes. I do love a good vibe. Am I dressed as a goblin token? Every day of my life, I'm dressed as a goblin token. Part of the No Pants gang. I think that Arena giving you the designated token for each card is actually so much better than letting people choose token art. Because it always gives you the associated token from the set, which is great. And sometimes those are tokens you rarely see in paper because they weren't printed in high quantity. Mind Stone. Are they gonna attack in to generate a knight? No! Kinsbale Cavalier! For a whole lot of damage! Okay, well, you know, I also can give things first strike and double strike. We're all going in. Krenko, Adeline! Double strike, meet double strike. That's gonna be game. Probably because of the 16-4 Adeline. A good way to win. GG! Godric, Cloaked Reveler! Some say he was a man. Some say he was a dragon man. He is a dragon man. He's pretty cool. I'm gonna use this Flooded Strand. We're gonna grab a Boros land, since we already have a... Or not a Boros land, a Selesnya land. Go. We can grab a Llanowar Elf. Behold, Ram. He is, yes, he is Trogdor. He's Trogdor at the ball. It's gonna be mono red aggro, so like me paying tons of life, probably a little dangerous. And yet, still want to do it. I really want to do it. And Impakal. Who might die. I love I'm just like already paying all this life. 6 life is a normal amount to pay. You don't have a shock, right? No, good. See, Foundry Street Denizen. Totally safe. Totally not just shocking myself to death. Right? Consummate. I said consummate. Oh, the trading. A traitoress. Oh, Godric also gets flying and fire breathing, but for all your dragons. If you celebrate. We're always celebrating here. Gonna kill Jetmir? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna kill you, Chandra. Well, this is actually a little easier than I thought it would be. Gonna scoot you out of the way. It's like I'm thinking about holding that for Godric. Something faces the place. But also I do want a little bit of defense. Next turn, Jetmir? Again? Oh, hey, charming scoundrel. She makes a treasure they will have celebrated. I mean, actually, they would have already celebrated, but they didn't draw land, so they needed it. Taking 5 versus playing Jetmir again. Playing Jetmir again. Let's go wide. A bunch of stuff happens. And I think we win. Yeah. That's a bit of lethal. That was all just the first strike damage, too. We had more where that came from. GG. Lagrella the Magpie. A Bant Blink commander. She can exile things, both yours and theirs, over and over and over. This is a really weird hand because I don't have white mana. But once I do get to 3 mana, we have like a way to tap Amara. We have card draw. It's a good hand except for the lack of a plains. So easy. We will simply top deck a plains. I tried to will it into existence. It didn't work. Yeah, Lagrella's cool. She also buffs things when they leave her control. So oftentimes you're like blinking Lagrella multiple times to buff your own stuff, get your own enter the battlefield, and also remove your opponent's things strategically. Wallow Blossoms. A slow start for us, but that's okay. Night of Autumn. No! My white mana! Aha! Fresh white mana. It won't be as good, though, because we won't be able to, like, you know, use it for Amara and everything else. But we'll still get the Welcoming Vampire out here. Draw some cards, I hope. I know. Are they gonna just play your Lagrella? Please don't. So rude. Okay, the Welcoming Vampire is getting put away in Lagrella jail. No, I'm playing the land. Sometimes Arena does not check with me before taking actions. Always very weird. Have a Jetmir. He's chunky. Hey, girl. Can I have some of your white mana? It'd be like super chill. Gamgee makes food. It's a Christmas miracle! Amara. Give her all runes. And me not attacking. I guess they wouldn't triple block. They might. There's a tiny stonks in the store. Ooh, I'll have to check it out after the game. Gonna blink Lagrella. I'm just out here like, I want to play Elish Norn. I'm born to Norn. Oop, Thassa will let them blink Lagrella. Or, I guess, one of the other ones, but... I mean, it's going to be Lagrella. Doesn't get Doesn't get me anything. I think you take Jetmir here. Oh, they're taking the vampire again. No, Jetmir? Big Norn. Yeah, Big Norn. They draw a card. This will get 2 +1/+1 counters. You live here now. Waiting for a couple critters. Trying to go wide, don't mind me. What are you up to? Maybe an instant speed blink? Like a momentary one? No essence flux! Oh, I am very, very ready to sacrifice Amara here. I'm gonna go for the giver of wounds. Welcoming vampire. Since they'll be able to blink again next turn, I do have the, like... What do I want to hit here? Since they'll be able to move this around. I have Elish Norn, though, next turn. I guess I'll protect Amara. What you gonna do with all that mana? Oh, they're gonna have a snack. Green, please. Next turn, we're born to Norn. Given -2/-2 across that battlefield. And +2/+2 to ours. Operation Kill Sam. Ooh, but we might just have a token. Yeah, that's rough.
I'll finish this here and now.
The Eternal Wanderer is a real rude card. Yes, we get our welcoming vampire back briefly. He goes to jail. This gets some +1/+1 counters. That means it will tap for 3 mana. Speaking of tapping, if they have 4 mana, which this has Summoning Sickness, this will be able to tap things down. Ma'am. You have 1 mana. Good. Wasn't a Swords to Plowshares. At the moment, though, this would enter the battlefield and die before it gets the counters, thanks to Elish Norn. Deputy of Detention. They've thought it through. They're going to put Elish Norn in jail. Blinking the Sylvan Ranger. Get more land. Cool island, bro. Might just be eating food, but I don't know. Swing it in. Trying to remove the Deputy of Detention to give ourselves a buff and kill their stuff. Huzzah, for our creatures are dummy thick again! I like eating food. Use that mana. A snack! A delicious, tasty snack. Oh, Nyambi. Wait a minute. Bye, Nyambi. Nyambi brought back a non-legend. The non-legend immediately died, but did get them more land. It has changed. Yes, if it was a target of a spell or ability, then they would draw a card. Notably, that's either player's spell or ability. Cool. They're swordsing Elish Norn. In response, I'm crewing the chariot. Meow. They have enough mana to tap two things. They're blinking. I'm very okay with them exiling the chariot, though. If they'd like to. They can also exile Kitty Cat. Ruined, destroyed, obliterated. I'm gonna start with Flowering the White Tree over Jetmir. It means that the Welcoming Vampire won't draw me cards, but it will also make it a lot harder for them to target stuff. Would you like to tap down my chariot? So now they can tap this down, but they can't also tap down the Welcoming Vampire. You're welcome. One of these days, we'll each draw something a little stronger. Maybe. I could also blink this, take out my other kitty cat. Hold up. An Eldritch Evolution? Uh-oh, what are you getting that costs 5 or less? Uh-oh. Trying to think like what a blink deck would have that costs 5 or less. It's pretty good stuff. It could be Norn. The other Elish Norn. The one that doubles enter the battlefield triggers and silences mine. It's Tulsamir! Tulsamir, who makes a diggity dog. And that diggity dog is gonna fight a diggity dude. And diggity die. And then are you gonna blink the diggity dog? I guess it actually makes more sense to, like, Lucarella, and then you exile it, and then you have it come back, and it will be even bigger. Nope, they're going for this. They'll just blink Tulsamir, eat the token. Wolf, 2 friends. Mm-hmm. My token! Get double discounted. I think I pass. Just full on pass. I can make tokens in their end step. Play Jetmir. Go for the chariot. Love to have a functional land. I could also bring out these 2 tokens. There'll be 2 2s. They could be forced to tap one, but then they'd still be able to kill them. Yeah, I don't have a good block. I was thinking, like, I can take out Tulsamir here. Drawing cards. I wish I was drawing cards. I was thinking, like, we could do that, crew, but then they just take out my tokens too easily. Couple of tutus. What's a Tuzia? Uh-oh. Here comes another dog. R.I.P. Voya. But here comes Voya. It's Jetmir! They do have enough mana to tap this. Because it costs 5. My chariot. No! Yeah, it's a land. I'm thinning my deck. And pouring some tea. This will die anyway. May as well block. Hi, Lagrella. Just recycling these creatures to make them bigger, faster, stronger too. Are the cards so we can get something good? Make things indestructible for a turn. They can still tap this down. I can give it 3 power. I think we're out. A good game, Lagrella. Sadly won. We did not win. I'll just give them a GG. Ba-bam! Lagrella, who exiled my tokens, fought them with wolves. Took me down with many a thassatap. GG. Omnath, Locus of Creation. Nerfed and then slightly unnerfed for Arena. Omnath now just costs one more than his paper counterpart. But for a little bit, they really messed him up. I have to decide what kind of land I want to play first. Start with that one. Bring out the Copperline Gorge. And hasten with a couple of humans. Who's my bling cat avatar? That's my commander, Jetmir. He's the fat cat. The big daddy meow meow himself. Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. How did they nerf him? They took away his card draw and gave him a scry one. It was so sad. Oh, I love Risen Reef. Oh, also, I should say what Omnath does. Omnath loves landfall. And with the new fetch lands in Arena, I don't see any here. With the new fetch lands in Arena, Omnath can get a lot of landfalls in a single turn. He gets you extra mana as well, so you can kind of go off with him. And with this elemental, they might even get another land here. They did not. Couple of these. If there was a land in their graveyard, I would have exiled it so they can't replay it. No lands, though. Squirrel. Okay, Jetmir would give just the +1/+0. If we go for the Chariot this turn. Oh yeah, Pawk in this too. Ooh, Spark doubling Omnath. I actually may have considered Spark doubling Risen Reef. This can only trigger up to 3 times per turn. This can trigger as many times as you want. I love Risen Reef. I'm just biased. So Broker's Hideout's going to get them 2 landfall triggers, which is going to get them 8 mana. With which they can do as they please. Oh, hey, Azusa. That'll let them play another. So we're going to take 8 damage to the dome, I think. Oh, hey, Scoot Swarm. Oh, thank God you give trample. Ow. Oof. They're added triggers on Omnath. They could have saved that for their next turn, but he may as well make some more Scoodlebugs. They have 5 mana floating. Tatiova turns landfall into card draw. Are we good? We good? Yeah, that's fine. It's just 4. Fine. Hey, Scoot Swarm. Not today. We have our own thing to do here. And our thing is flunging. We're gonna copy the biggest kitty cat here. That makes us have 9 creatures, which turns Jetmir into the hoof he wishes he could be. We'd obliterate their board. Still maybe even do lethal damage. You may have had 2 Omnaths, but I had a big cat. GG Omnath. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and happy holidays to those who are celebrating Christmas. I hope you like this Jetmir deck. This is a deck that I've been meaning to build for a long time, and I'm happy to have the excuse of playing the big man on his holiday. He's here to bring Halo to all! Except for our opponents, because we're busy, you know, smacking them with tons of little critters. This is a very fun deck to play. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you're looking to hang out, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. We do lots of streaming, so much streaming. I'm streaming almost every single day. But I will be taking about a week off in January to go play Commander with some friends. I'm sure you'll find out about it once it's happening. But it's going to be really, really fun. I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of travel and getting to play some EDH. Also, if you didn't already hear, I will be at MagicCon Chicago, not as a guest, but still there as a content creator. So if you want to come by and say hi, I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and parts of Sunday. So, cool. You get to party hard. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day! Especially you, Spooky Ghost, who gifted a sub. You're a beautiful spooky ghost.